Hello, I'm Tunku Nakyuddin. I'm chairman of the board of trustees of the YTN Foundation, or in Malay, it's the Yayasan Tunku Nakyuddin. We were founded in 1995, and the whole idea of YTN was to try and help the needy in education. We recognize that needy people need to go to school, but sometimes they even go to school without breakfast, or they can't afford school books. They can't afford the shoes and the clothes that they need to buy and wear. So these are the sort of things that we try to facilitate. We don't really offer scholarships, but we offer financial assistance. So since 1995, I think we've probably given out over 3 million ringgits worth of grants. But we also have a caring side as well. We do support charities. I think there's an endless list of people in need, whether it's a health ailment and illness, long-term illness. So we try to support them in this manner. It's a nationwide organization. We don't just focus in a limited area. So the executive secretary actually visits all over the country to see, attend to the needy people and get lists of names from the headmasters and so on. YTN has also been involved in helping teachers to teach English properly. I think this is a major headache for the Malaysian government here, that the standard of English has actually declined. We are a Commonwealth country. We had a strong tradition of English, but somehow we have not been able to arrest this decline. So YTN actually launched a program called Project to Improve English in Rural Schools. So what we did, we brought in teachers from overseas, and they taught at about 30 schools at a time over 6 to 9 months. So it's a really worthwhile project, and because of that, I think other states have wanted to emulate this successful program. This was initially for primary school teachers, and then after 3 years, we went into secondary schools, and that project was called Select, and that was equally successful. And we also added in like a gap student into the whole scheme, so that sort of a pre-university student would come for that period, maybe about 6 months, and interact with the village kids. And we found that this was actually very successful, because the integration with the village kids was so important. Otherwise, it's like the teacher teaching teachers only. So the gap student interacting with the children who are being taught by these teachers was an important aspect. YTN has also been involved in supporting sports. I've always been a rugby fan, and so we decided to support the NS Wanderers, which is probably one of the more successful rugby teams in Malaysia, and we've done fundraising for them. There was a play called Men in Tutus, and I got actually all the rugby players to wear these ballet outfits, and it was a roaring success. We managed to raise enough funds to fund a pavilion for the NS Wanderers. The name NS Wanderers actually depicts the fact that they do not have a home. They wander around and play. But now we've actually, through this fundraising, we managed to get them a home at College Tuanku Jaafar. YTN has also adopted recently the Stop Dengue mission. A lot of people have asked me, why did you go into Stop Dengue when, the thrust could have been education? I said, too many organizations in Malaysia do education, and I felt that dengue was a real scourge in Malaysia, with 46,000 dengue cases and 134 deaths just last year. I think this was enough to sort of get me going, and we are supporting the Stop Dengue mission by encouraging a company called Enterogenics, which has a mosquito larvicide. It's highly effective in the water. It actually attacks the mosquitoes at its source when they are laying their eggs, and the larvae need to eat, and when they eat this product, they will actually starve to death effectively. It's almost like a diet pill. This has been successful. We have applied this, or we launched it in an area called Gasing Indah, and where all the local heads and local communities participated. We did what we call a gotong royong, a walkabout, and acquainted all the households there with what we're doing. I think Gasing Indah prides itself on being the first dengue-free community in Malaysia. YTN has also set up a portal. This is an education portal for schools, so that we will sort of relate to the schools. They can come to our portal, and they will, it's very interactive, of course, and they will learn almost anything and everything about mosquitoes, how mosquitoes develop, their breeding sites. I myself have been intrigued by the information. I didn't realize there were over 3,000 mosquitoes, and I didn't realize that mosquitoes had teeth and things like that. So all this you can learn in the portal, and I think the idea is to teach the kids at school how to manage the mosquito menace, so that when they go home, they will advise their parents that it should be done in this way. The dengue mosquito is an urban mosquito, so they're very intelligent. They, even in a tiny a bowl of water under a pot of flour, for example, they can breed there, and people don't realize. So I think the students telling the parents this information will certainly get this project going.